It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Kyle.
Your resolution for this podcast for 2024. Again, we have just 360 days left in this year to achieve this.
This is one that I've thought about for a while. I've considered. I've talked about it a handful of times. Mm-hmm. My resolution for this podcast for 2024 is for me to finally quit this thing.
And Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Me, you, and Town Drunk Rusty are going. You dress as Cliff.
Maybe you should be Sam with the hair.
Oh, yeah. I could be Sam.
Yeah. And then Rusty's got to be Carla.
So we'll just have to ugly him up a bit.
I mean, he could be Frasier.
No, Frasier's intelligent. Frasier can put together sentences that don't have grunts and clicks in them.
Now, here they are, two guys who are living in style, Steve and Kyle.
What the hell was that?
Poor Rusty.
I don't know if Rusty still listens or not, but
I think he does.
if he does, I just want to acknowledge how hurtful that probably was for him.
Yeah. I know he listens because it was...
No, I mean, no apology.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to acknowledge that there was probably some pain there.
I think it was like a month ago you had asked me, which you do a couple times a year. You know, when was the last time you made a friend? And I couldn't think of one. Well, Rusty took offense to that.
Oh, yeah. Rusty would have been a somewhat new... No? Okay. Nah. All right.
I'm kidding. Just went bowling with Rusty.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where'd you
Rusty
go?
and the fam.
Really?
Yep. Rusty, his daughter, his girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
her son. Me, Katie, and Reed went bowling last week.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't invite you.
Did it cross your mind ever?
I'll say this. It did. But
Okay.
I had seen you were just bowling like the week before.
Dude, Evelyn she loved
Really?
it. She loved it.
Oh, well.
Oh, she would have absolutely gone bowling again. Did they have the bumpers? Did
Yes.
you use the bumpers?
For Reed. Yes. Reed and Rusty's girlfriend's son. Yes. They were on a lane with bumpers.
And did you have the ramp that you could roll the ball
No.
down?
We're not children.
Okay.
My 5-year-old instead kind of lobbed it
Okay.
and semi-overhand.
Oh, good. That's
So we really worked hard, though, on getting him to try to throw it normally. So we got there.
Evelyn was using the ramp, and of course it was shaped like a dragon.
Sure.
So she would walk up, she would put the ball on the top,
Yeah.
she would give it a hug and a kiss, and then say, "See you later, ball."
It's a filthy ball. Maybe it's just my assumption. I'm guessing Evelyn doesn't have her own bowling ball.
Not yet.
So
No,
she's kissing a community
right.
disgusting 8-pound bowling ball before she shoves it down a ramp.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. I don't think you can, when you become a parent, be a germaphobe too much anymore.
No.
You don't have the option, right? You can do what you can in terms of like, hey, don't lick the cement where the oil is.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're like, I don't know, man, figure it out.
I am increasingly shocked by how she is not sick just every day, all day, for eternity.
I pump my fist up because I'm like, yeah, you know what, go lick that tree stump, because that means like maybe some more immunity when you go to school and, you know, little buffoon kid comes over there and like coughs into your ear, you don't get deathly ill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a remarkable thing that we have here, the human body, the ability to fight off all of these diseases.
Yeah.
But good for us.
Yeah.
Good for us.
But anyway, I did not think of, I did think of asking you to go, but then I decided against it actively.
Okay. All right. The way that you said it there is a little
No
bit...
offensive. No offense.
Oh. Boy, you got me by about a syllable. I was about to say it was a little bit offensive, and I got to it's a little bit.
Yeah. You know, maybe next time when we go in another 4 years, I'll definitely think about asking you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I noticed, Steve. Can we do a little something here? You have left a gift.
Yeah.
On the record in the studio here.
Yeah, this is the what was it? 750 milliliter bottle of Crown Royal.
Yeah, the jug. A lot of people would say the jug of Crown Royal that you received This is the 1.75 liter.
Oh, 1.7.
I don't want people to think it's just a normal sized bottle.
No,
it's not.
This is a massive, hefty bottle.
Could I interest you a little,
You want
little sipping whiskey this morning?
Well,
I mean, this is yours.
It just happened to. I got a glass here that's got a couple ice cubes in it. You got one over there too. You want to?
Let me.
Boy, as we've always talked about, not very smooth with the old.
What do you mean?
Letter opener. You just used it to peel off the.
A lot of wrapper on this.
Yeah, it's quite wrapped.
Okay.
Okay, let's crack that thing open. Here, why don't you just pour a little.
You want a little dab?
Yeah, a little nip.
This is the kind of size of the jug that people buy when they think, oh, I learned this from John Taffer. Hey, I'm saving money because I'm buying it economically, but then it's harder to pour correctly.
Oh.
So you're losing money. Thank you to John
Okay.
and Bar Rescue. So you want a little dab?
Yeah. That'll be good.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a little more than you think.
You gonna get some yourself there too?
Yeah, just a touch. I mean, I have to drive.
All right. Hey, well, let's.
Hey, cheers for a
cheers.
weekend more. Hey, it's noon.
Look at that. Yeah, that worked out perfectly.
That's not an alcoholic thing to say.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere is what the song says, right? Thank you, Trevor, by the way, once again, thank you. And the other box that you sent still has not shown up yet. So.
Oh, yeah. Boy, I don't know if that's a shipping error. I'm assuming it is. Should we make this a thing? Like, should we... I mean, this is yours, so I don't want to step on any toes here. Should we drink this down weekly?
If we were to...
I mean, this is what we just poured is a...
It might be an ounce.
A baby drink, right?
Yeah. If we were to drink this much at the beginning of every episode,
Not a whiskey guy either.
Do you think we'd finish that bottle this calendar year?
With this much before we kick off?
2 ice cubes and a little nip.
I do think so, but boy, you're right. Should we make this a challenge?
Because I mean, it's a noticeable difference right now because
because we're at the net, at the neck.
The line has really, really reduced. But once we get down below the handle, I think those are going to be that's going to be like the dog days of summer.
Are we going to be like pushing? Like, we got to pour a little more. It's October. Right. We still got a quarter of this bottle left.
Yeah, you get here each week, and there's just like 4 shot glasses lined up in front of you.
Boy, the podcast whiskey challenge. Is that something we need to do? Now you are a Crown Royal guy.
I am. I always have it mixed though.
Yes.
I always have it with some Sprite. I actually do have some Sprite upstairs. Do you want me to go up and grab that?
Nah.
You could vamp for a minute or two.
No. This is where men are made. So no. I want to see you dig in first. When was the last time you had some Crown Royal on its own?
I don't know. It's been a while.
How do you think your taste buds are gonna react? Because you're used to the flavor mixed with Sprite.
Yeah, I think it'll be a very familiar flavor.
Okay,
albeit a little bit stronger. But yeah, it's not going to be.
Dig into that for me.
Okay.
Oh, it's a good swish.
Yeah,
not bad.
That's familiar. I like it.
I can't tell you the last time I had Crown Royal.
Okay.
I'm not a wealthy man.
Well, look, I mean, hey.
I've only got way too expensive bottles of bourbon at home from our friend Trevor. Let me dig in.
Go ahead. What do you think?
That's not bad.
Not bad at all, right?
Not bad at all.
Cheers.
I think it's a good challenge. How long until we can drink 1.5 liters of Canadian whiskey?
Okay, so we're gonna have to explain to our wives why, 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, our breaths stink like booze.
Yeah, I'll have to explain to the officer when I leave here and when I hit the road.
Yeah, I mean, I get to just walk upstairs. You have to drive home.
Yeah, I'm posting it on the poll right now. Should we drink 1.75 liters of Canadian whiskey while recording?
I think we should. I think it'll be very easy to finish this in a calendar year.
Yeah, I think so too.
Halfway through January,
we'll probably hit a day in June where we just pour a quadruple,
yeah,
right, and do a marathon session.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we haven't talked about it, but I'd like to do some different stuff this year, whether it's more live streams or live casts or have we talked about doing not on the road, but doing some different stuff? We still want to do a live stream. We've had money donated. We have to do a live stream for some type of charity because people have donated money that we have not deposited.
No, it is
sitting here.
Where is it? And I actually added the $43 that who sent us that $43 last week? That was
last week we got money?
Lance. Right? Didn't Lance send us $43?
Oh boy.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 50, $62. Because we have... Yeah. All right. So this has to be used.
I would say I think used is the incorrect term. I don't want people to think we're spending it on ourselves. It is still here. It will be donated to a cause when we finally get off our lazy butt. This is the year, though. Steve, I've noticed a reinvigorated Steve and Kyle podcast this year.
I have as well.
I think this is the year where we keep to our not necessarily goals, but things we want to do and things we want to maintain throughout the year. This is the year.
Well, we've talked about it before in the first couple episodes of this year. We have not gotten to the 100-meter dash yet, just simply because of weather conditions here.
Yeah, it's Q1. It's happening.
That is definitely happening. We're going to have a 100-meter.
I hesitate to call it a race. Yeah, because I'm not racing. You've ran marathons, half marathons, all this stuff. You've done that stuff. I think you describe yourself as a good runner.
I'm comfortable.
A competent runner.
I'm a comfortable runner.
I feel like there were issues when we played softball. If I ran to first base, I'd have a shin splint. Okay, so I am not a competent runner.
Right, but we decided that this is going to be the year of the Steve and Kyle podcast physical challenges.
Yes, 4 of them.
So, yeah, one per quarter. That could be anything, too. That could be, like, we're going to do the 100 meters. I don't know, maybe one of them will be swimming. Maybe one of them would be, like, a 3-point contest on the basketball court.
These are all good ideas, too. Like, we'll think of Q2 when we get closer. But the point is, we want to do things differently this year. We want to hold ourselves to it. And we need some accountability on that as well. So this year,
tastes like Canada.
That money is getting donated to somebody.
Yeah.
And we are going to do what we have talked about in the past, which is a live stream charity cast.
It's called The Cure for the Cure.
Cure for the Cure. We don't know what we're curing. That's all TBD. We at one point we had taken suggestions for charities. We'll do it when we get closer to actually doing this.
Yeah, for me personally, I think it's going to have to be something maybe something animal related.
I would love to do an animal related one.
Like do a local humane society, or maybe we go at it like we did when we went to Van Wert. You remember how we picked Van Wert for the billboard?
We threw a dart.
We threw a dart at a map of the United States. So maybe we do that. Maybe we say, okay, it's going to be for a humane society, and then we throw the dart, and it's Lubbock, Texas. Congratulations, the local humane society. I like that.
We could do humane society or animal rescue, dog rescue, whatever it may be. Yeah. Hopefully, just dogs, not cats. Don't save them.
I think it should be close enough. Well, hopefully it'll be close enough.
It'd be nice to visit.
Or we could visit and give them a novelty check.
Yeah, because here's what we're doing. All the money we raise, which it seems like it'll probably be, how much was up there?
$260.
Okay, so the $260 we will inevitably have in whole. Mm-hmm. We'll have to take out the cost of a novelty check. Okay? How much is it?
Novelty check?
How much does a large check cost to make?
I bet we could get one... I don't know. I don't think it would be more.
Or isn't it just like the corrugated printed? Because it's obviously fake, right? Yeah. So isn't it just printed on like corrugated, not poster board, but something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It can't be that much.
So for a mega print, 36 by 18 or 42 by 21.
Oh boy, I like 42 by 21.
So that is 3.5 feet. I still feel like this isn't big enough. 3.5 feet wide.
I don't know. That's like the size of this table.
By 21 inches tall. It's not big enough. I want Happy Gilmore, where he's like throwing him in the back of his car.
Okay. Maybe we could just make our own. We'll go to Home Depot, we'll get some plywood.
And just like hand paint or stencil letters, like with a fake, Steve and Kyle Credit Union logo on the top.
Yeah.
So a 42 by 21 check from this large printing company, $74.
All right.
So take that right out of there.
No, you know something? I think
We want to foot the bill?
We'll foot the bill.
We'll foot the bill for the gigantic check. Because if we're not doing a gigantic check, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Because we have to either mail it, if it's too far away, to this Humane Society or Animal Rescue.
And I want to get them involved, too. I want them to be a part of the live stream. I want to have them.
We're talking to those people. They're sharing our links for sure.
They're going to talk about what they do, how they help the animals. This is all stuff that has to happen.
bigcheckstore.com.
Okay.
$89.
Okay.
For a 30 by 60.
You know something? I know people who might have connections in the big check industry.
Okay. I'll post on the poll. Do we have any hookups in the big check industry? Do you know anyone in the big check industry?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's something I think this year reinvigorated Steve and Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be, I don't know if anybody's noticed. We haven't talked about it. There's going to be a little more format to the podcast.
Yeah.
And a little more social media content.
Yeah, that's right. 8 calendar years in, we're finally getting to the basics.
And we're going to make a concerted effort to follow up on this plan from like 5 years ago to host the Cure for the Cure.
Yeah.
For, I think you're right, an animal-based or an animal-centric rescue or place that needs help. We're going to do that this year. Probably this summer.
Yeah.
Where we can do
it outdoors so we can have I don't know. Every time I picture the Cure for the Cure, I picture us doing an outdoor broadcast or at least something like out on the deck. Maybe,
sure.
I mean, we got the workshop now. We could do some rock climbing during the podcast.
We will need our tech with us. We want to do some interviews with some of these people. But yeah, I was thinking like a 6 hour.
Yeah.
We need to get with our friend, I think he's still our friend, Jesse Douglas, or whoever has dealt with Twitch or some live streaming format in the past. Yeah, I think that's a good plan for this year. The reinvigorated Steve and Kyle podcast.
That's right.
It's going to happen for sure.
Yeah.
Has to happen.
A big year. 2024, big year.
We're going to finish a handle of Crown Royal, and we're going to save some dogs.
It's a strange synopsis of our year ahead.
I'll post it on the poll. I mean, is that a good slogan? Drink a gallon of whiskey and save some dogs.
Okay. Well, we now have our North Star for 2024.
Boy, and I got to tell you, a lot of charities talk a big game, but us over here, drinking whiskey, saving dogs.
Mm-hmm. That's got to be a shirt, by the way, in the store. The Steve and Kyle podcast.
Drinking whiskey, saving dogs.
So if you could get to work on that would be... I'm picturing it with like a wiener dog, like drinking whiskey, wiener dog, saving lives.
Yeah, maybe like the wiener dog is like the table, and you and I are like, our glasses of whiskey are right there.
Sitting on the back of a dog.
Yes, we're saving them somehow.
Yeah. All right.
Steve, I mentioned this last week, and I wanted to get... You're notoriously, and I think you'd admit this, I don't mean this rudely, not in the zeitgeist of pop culture. I shouldn't say pop culture. Like movies, TV, right?
Yeah, I watch a lot. Not so much movies, but TV, yeah. I would say I'm much better at TV than I am at movies. Where I really struggle is knowing actors and actresses, knowing their names, what their previous roles were, who they've worked with in the past. I don't know. I don't have one of those photographic memories where I can look at that person and be like, oh, that's Jennifer Lawrence. I know what she was in. She was in this, and this.
And I like to think I'm pretty good with that.
Yeah.
Okay with that. I have a friend who's fan. I think we all kind of have friend or family who's like,
yep.
Oh, that's the director from ABCD, yes, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have that.
No. Definitely not me. No. Mm-mm.
So when I tell you, teased it last week, but when I teased it last week, the Golden Globes were last week, Steve.
Yeah.
Does that catch you off guard? Because you didn't know they were happening?
Dude, I never know when any of that stuff is happening.
So the Golden Globes, the Oscars, those are all like, oh, hey, that happened last night?
If you were to ask me, when are the Oscars?
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know, sometime in the spring?
You're right.
I don't know.
That is right. So when you get in last Monday morning And there was, I wouldn't say it was like internet hubbub, but the Golden Globes changed networks after they weren't on TV for 2 years because there was like a semi-scandal that essentially it was like the Hollywood Foreign Press Association was being paid to deem their winners. It's never been on the most up and up. And also there was issues with minorities not being represented properly.
Okay.
So when you get into work, whether it be last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, and you're told, hey, can you grab the audio from the Golden Globes monologue? Is your first thought, the Golden Globes were yesterday?
Probably.
Okay, so you heard that. I'm assuming I don't listen, can't stand the production.
Sure, of course.
I'm assuming you guys played this on the side gig or listened to some of the Golden Globes audio on the side gig, right? Okay.
Yeah,
but that was your first
funny moments, the quirky acceptance speeches and stuff like that.
But that was your first foray this year into knowing, hey, it's award season for like movies, right?
Exactly. I have no idea.
So without no real format here, but I wanted to get your general thoughts and ability to recollect maybe any of last year's big TV and movie, and we'll just go through a few categories here, Steve, of how much can Steve remember from Pop Culture 2023.
Okay.
So we'll do some movie and we'll do some TV categories. Now, what do you think the best way to do this? Should I give you a category and you maybe guess some entries in it? Or should I read all of them, you guess the winner, and how many movies you know of?
So before we get to that, to be clear, this is Golden Globes are movies and TV?
That's correct.
Boy, good start.
Okay. Look, for years I would get the Oscars and the
Emmys?
The Emmys. And
One's TV, one's movies.
Right. And then there's which one is the music one?
Oh, boy.
A Grammy.
The Grammy.
Yeah, the only reason I would remember the Emmys was TV is because I would remember the term daytime Emmy for like soap operas. Oh, that's TV. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the Golden Globes are kind of piggybacking on the Oscars and the Emmys.
But they happened before.
And who are these picked by? The
Hollywood Foreign Press Association, which is notoriously...
What is the Hollywood Foreign Press Association?
I believe they intend it to be more like an international...
Is it like a union?
No. This is just a conglomerate of people who have essentially siphoned money and accept bribes from these companies to be nominated.
Got it.
For these awards.
Okay.
So let's start with the big ones. Actually, You know what? I don't want to do that. I want to build up to like Best Picture Drama, Best Picture Comedy, and I'll read you the nominees. And I want you to tell me. Obviously, we're working on trust here.
Yeah.
You just tell me how many you know, how many you don't know.
Okay.
So let's start now. Let's go down. Let's just do the acting awards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And maybe I'll just read the actor's name.
Okay.
And then without the movie.
You just spit out a name, and I'll tell you anything I know about that person or movie.
That will be helpful.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Okay, best performer. Let's go with a male actor, supporting actor, male in any motion picture.
Okay.
I'll read you some names. Tell me if you know their movie this year.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Ruffalo, Charles Melton, Ryan Gosling, Robert De Niro, Willem Dafoe, and Robert Downey Jr.
Well,
obviously you know some of those names.
De Niro was the Flower Moon thing.
Hey, ding! Do you want to give yourself a ding?
Yeah. What is the full
Killers of the Flower Moon?
Killers of the Flower Moon. So hey, good job.
So you've gotten one. So Robert Downey Jr., Willem Dafoe, Ryan Gosling, Charles Melton, and Mark Ruffalo.
I mean, I've heard of just about all of those names, except for I think there was one that it wasn't very familiar.
Could you guess the winner?
De Niro.
Not De Niro.
Oh.
Another big name, though. A name you know.
Robert Downey Jr.
What was the movie, Steve? You're correct. What movie was Robert Downey Jr. in this past year for best performance by a male actor in a supporting role? This is amazing because This was a gigantic.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, of course it was. He won an award for it.
And instead, like that's on the TV or something. Like you're seeing ads for it, and instead you're like, "Hey, see these hubcaps for the Comanche?" I just like you're so hyper focused that you have no idea about anything else going on.
Nothing at all. Yeah, I am a horse with my blinders.
That's right. Robert Downey Jr., the winner for what movie?
Can you give me who did it co-star?
Cillian Murphy.
Boy, that didn't help.
If I gave you the director, you'll know.
Is that a man or a woman? Cillian Murphy. Sounds like a woman. Is that a woman?
Shockingly a man.
Okay.
If I give you the director, I think you'll know the movie.
Do you?
That's now that you point that out. Christopher Nolan directed the movie.
Oh, that would be Oppenheimer.
It's Oppenheimer, Steve.
Yes. Okay.
Is that a movie you saw?
No.
I think it made $1 billion.
I know.
It's got, you know, good news for you though.
I saw the other one. I saw Barbie.
Oh, good. Coming to Peacock in 1 month.
Oh, good.
You'll be able to watch Oppenheimer.
Everyone's got Peacock.
Nowadays, if you had to take a guess for you and Annette to sit down and watch Oppenheimer, a 3-hour drama film about the creation of the atomic bomb set in the 1940s.
Yeah.
How long will that take you and Annette to watch? And I'm not talking about like day one.
No.
How many evenings will you and Annette have to set aside if you both decide you want to watch
3
Oppenheimer?
hours? If it's a Friday night or Saturday night, we could probably knock it out in one, but I would give myself 2 sittings to watch that.
Can you guess the movie that Mark Ruffalo and Willem Dafoe, Ryan Gosling, Charles Melton, one of them, obviously you know, were nominated for?
Give me a hint.
No. Well, Ryan Gosling, you already mentioned the movie.
Wait, who are the people again?
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro, you guessed.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Charles Melton.
Yeah.
No chance you're getting that one.
No.
Mark Ruffalo.
They were all in the same movie?
No, these were all the other nominees.
Okay, so obviously Barbie.
Yep.
The Flower Moon.
Yep.
Thing.
You're not getting any of the rest. 0 chance. 0.
Give me a plot synopsis.
One is a boy.
Come on. It's all right. Make it obvious.
Well, Charles Melton is in a film about co-starring Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore, about a 20-year follow-up to a scandal that rocked Hollywood.
Oh, sounds
story.
Good. Okay.
About an actress sleeping with not an actress, I'm sorry, sleeping with someone underage, but then getting married to that person, much in the vein of Mary Kay Letourneau.
Okay.
Yes, on that movie. It was very noteworthy this year.
20, but it's a 20-year follow-up?
Well, no, not like a follow-up to a previous movie. It's like the story. That's the story.
Yeah.
Set well after this affair happened, 20 years after that.
And it's...
Steve, you're not going to get it. It's called May December.
Oh, I've heard of that. So, do I get a half point?
No.
Okay.
Let me get you an official plot summary of another movie nominated here quick. Science fantasy black comedy film. Let me see. I'm trying to give you one that's... Young woman is resurrected by a scientist following her death. And it is a comedy. Like a kind of a take on a Frankenstein.
Whew.
You're not going to get this. Multiple nominations. There's 0 chance.
So I'm assuming you saw it?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm drawing.
Poor Things. And that's co-starred Mark Ruffalo.
Never even heard of it.
Willem Dafoe, Emma Stone.
Okay, heard of her.
Okay, we're moving on. Now this, I'm not even going to bother with female actor in a supporting role. I would guess out of the movies in here, you know one because it was Oppenheimer. Mm-hmm. So I'm not even going to read that one. But Divine Joy Randolph from The Holdovers was the winner in that category. Familiar with The Holdovers?
No.
Also on Peacock.
Ah.
Massive success.
I may need your Peacock login.
Best performance by a male in a motion picture. Nick Cage, Timothy Chalamet, Matt Damon, Joaquin Phoenix, Jeffrey Wright, Paul Giamatti. Those are your nominees. Pick one. Are you familiar with any of those names in big movies this year?
No.
This is remarkable. It's like you're just actively ignoring. You work on a show.
I know. And we talk about this stuff.
That talks about this stuff. Yeah. Whether it be audio from award shows. Like, you played audio from these awards.
I can't tell you how many times we'll talk about a movie and I'll say, that looks awesome. I can't wait to see it. Like on a weekly basis. And then it's right out of my brain.
Isn't that the same way?
Yeah.
You are, so
she hasn't seen anything either.
Like, does she want to? And like she's just bombarded by YouTube videos with LT instead?
No, we've been on a real cult documentary thing lately.
So you're watching the HBO.
Oh, we've seen some good ones.
Okay.
There was Escaping Twin Flames, really good.
I'm unfamiliar.
Yeah. Oh, see?
I'm a classic cult guy. Like I need the
like a David
Koresh, Jim Jones or Jones?
Yeah.
Jim Jones. Need the big ones. Okay, keep your new weird ones like Scientology. They're not drinking Kool-Aid. That's not like a explosive ending. Like Waco,
right? Yeah,
right. Like houses getting burned down.
What a cookout! That's what Waco stands for, right?
Performance by a male comedy: Paul Giamatti, Nick Cage, Timothy Chalamet, Matt Damon, Joaquin Phoenix, Jeffrey Wright. Can you name any of those movies?
I cannot.
Matt Damon in Air. Ben Affleck about the creation of Nike.
Yep.
Timothy Chalamet. It's in theaters right now. It's massive. Huge movie.
What is it called?
Wonka. About Willy Wonka. Oh. He plays early Wonka.
Oh.
You didn't know about this?
No, I did. One of my coworkers talked about seeing it.
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah?
Just reference the movie, The Holdovers, and you have no idea about that.
No idea.
My God, you're a specimen.
Have you seen all of these?
I've not seen Wonka because it's still in theaters. American Fiction, Jeffrey Wright, still in theaters. Have not seen it. Seen Air, seen The Holdovers, seen Oppenheimer, seen May, December, seen Saltburn, seen Barbie.
You know what? I think part of the reason that I don't... It's going to sound weird. When I see movies... Mm-hmm. or watch TV shows, especially ones that people have recommended to me, I always kind of feel that pressure to like it as much as they did, or feel the same way about it.
Right,
like
and then you feel like you're not a discerning watcher, right?
I feel like when I'm saying, yeah, that was a great movie, I
half the time you don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of lying to myself.
Right.
I feel like I'm saying, I'm just trying to parrot what somebody else said.
Half the time now, man, I find myself enjoying movies less, I think. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching more. But like the really, really good movies, half the time, I'm like, I don't know. It was kind of okay. Holdovers nominated for a bunch of awards. And I'm telling myself now that I need to go rewatch it because I only liked it. I didn't love it. And I'm like, what did everybody love that I only liked?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to rewatch. I don't want to have to be convinced that something is good. I want to watch it the first time, enjoy it, and then be done with it.
I want to go to the big dogs. Mm-hmm. Okay, Best Motion Picture.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And they have two categories, musical/comedy and drama. So let's do these. We'll run through them. Best Motion Picture, musical or comedy. I'll read you the nominees. You tell me how many you've seen. I have a guess.
Okay.
My guess is 0. Even though, and let me read through. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these 6 widely available.
It's never... That's never why I don't see a movie.
Okay.
It's not like I don't see a movie because I'm like, I just can't get to the theater.
Right.
It just...
And I'm not even saying theater on this. 4 out of these 6 are available upstairs. Mm-hmm. Okay?
All right, let's hear it.
May, December.
Did not see it.
Holdovers.
Did not see it.
American Fiction.
Did not see it.
Poor Things.
Did not see it.
Air.
Did not see it.
Barbie.
Saw it.
Hey! Readily available.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself like
crap, of the 5 that I didn't see? I think 4 of them I don't even think I heard of.
So I can see that. May, December we talked about. The Holdovers we talked about. American Fiction we didn't really talk about. That's still in theaters. Air we talked about with Matt Damon.
But you kind of go through, like, I would assume you obviously watch a ton more movies than I do.
Sure.
But do you go through phases where you're like...
I also love movies, so that's important to denote. If you don't love movies, a lot of these are going to be, I don't care.
But, I mean, you probably go through phases where you're like, oh, man, I'm really in a comedy phase right now.
Sure.
And then you get tired of that, and you're like, you go into a drama. But for me, especially with dramas, I'm like, I can only take so much.
Sure.
Until I get to a point where I'm like, last night we were sitting around on the couch and Annette's flipping through. She's like, "Ooh, Tommy Boy," and we sat there and watched Tommy Boy. Yeah, we watched Tommy Boy, which I haven't seen in probably 15 years.
Yeah,
but I was like, man, there's something comforting about it because I know that I don't have to really pay attention to it. I know what's going to happen. It's just to make me laugh and it's just to make me relax. But a lot of times when it's a drama or something like that, I'm like, man, I'm kind of tense because I feel like, all right, every single detail I got to pay attention. Wait, who's that guy in the background? Is he going to be in the next scene? Or, little things like that.
So you just don't want to have to pay attention.
Certain times I do.
Right.
But I would say more likely than not, I just want to be able to, I want a popcorn movie. I want Independence Day. Where
you just want to feel dumb, right? Like
look at the aliens.
Hey, it's a dinosaur.
That's a spaceship.
Dinosaur bit the guy pooping.
Yeah. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't feel guilty about that either.
No.
I just,
I'd love to get you on Letterboxd.
What is
Which
that?
is like the movie review app. Like it logs all of your movies and stuff that you watch. And you can rate it and review it. You can do neither. You can just click it that you watched it type of thing.
Okay.
Just to see your pattern. Like 6 months go by and you're like, hey, I just watched Big. and then 2 days later, I was at the theater watching Marvel movie, right?
Yeah.
Man. Okay, best motion picture drama, Steve.
Okay.
I'm gonna rattle them off. You tell me how many you're aware of. Let's just start with that because watched, I think we all know the answer. We don't need to beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
The Zone of Interest.
Never heard of it.
Past Lives.
Never heard of it.
Maestro.
Heard of it.
Hey!
Actually saw parts of it.
Available on Netflix. You can watch it today if you'd want to.
Yeah, Annette and her sister were watching it at my in-laws' house right before the holidays.
This feels like an Annette movie. It's a music based about a famous composer, Leonard Bernstein.
Yep.
I'm guessing 98%.
With Bradley Cooper.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
I heard of it.
Anatomy of a Fall.
I don't think I heard of that.
Oppenheimer.
Heard of it.
3.
Heard of 3 of them.
Out of 6. Not bad. I have seen 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen 4.
Look at you. I mean, we're basically on the same level.
Yeah, I didn't even get to TV. I'm not. I mean, I feel like you're probably more in tune with TV, but we just don't have the time.
Yeah.
Boy, you're something.
Yeah.
You're a real dullard.
Look, it was a busy year, 2023. I spent 220 hours building a shop in my backyard.
Do you think you could have saved a little bit of time from not downloading a timer to count how many hours to build that shop?
I mean, it wasn't that hard to keep track of times.
Annette, click start as soon as you hear the hammer.
So, seems like I got my finger on the pulse this year.
Are they now hearing this though? It doesn't make you feel bad. It shouldn't make you feel bad. It is what it is. It's like certain people, build garages. Certain people watch a lot of movies. Does any of this make you wanna are you gonna seek any of these out now though? Like if I were to give a recommendation for any of these and say best movie I saw this year, would that give you even an inkling more to be like, I'm going to watch it?
Yeah, I have wanted to see Oppenheimer.
Okay. None of the other ones though. Like if I were to tell you today, Anatomy of a Fall.
What happens?
It is
Who fell off of what?
half foreign language movie. I knew I'd lose you right there. That's where you always lose the dumb people though.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
One more time. All right, what you got over there?
All right, Steve, it is time for viewer mail time. This week, our friends the Bill Payment Processing Center.
The BPPC.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Again, if you're ever
Driving through town.
give them a wave, stop in.
Maybe drop off like a little bagel platter or something.
You know what? A tray of cookies for our friends at the BPPC would be so nice.
They would greatly appreciate it. Oh, that's a nice perforation tear right there.
Ooh, that's a good one. I have a guess, Steve, that this is from our friend, as it usually is every month, our friend Billy Stacks. Oh, I am struggling with this perf.
Oh, come on, man. The
Just
perforation
looking like
makes
a
it
real
so
buffoon.
easy.
So we open this up. This is another installment of his dues. Billy Stacks coming through in the clutch. Add it to the coffers.
Yeah.
As we inch closer and closer to the cure for the cure. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're not going to do this. Just ask for everybody else to donate. We'll probably kick in like $10.
That's about 8 more than I was expecting.
I mean, $10 in a half day of our time, sitting in the backyard. Yeah. We do a boy, we're going to have to line up like guests and all that stuff, aren't we? Because there's no way we can talk for 6 hours anymore.
It's going to be tough. 3-hour marathon is what we're doing this summer.
Which, again, calling it a marathon. Can we call it a marathon if it's not even as long as our longest episode?
Can you call it a marathon if it's not even as long as a regular day at work?
I'll
put that on the poll.
Yeah, I'll post it. Yeah, that's...
Or maybe do a what is considered a marathon. 1 to 3 hours, 3 to 6 hours, and then 6 hours plus. If you could get that up on the poll, you can take the polls at Steve and Kyle on Facebook and Twitter.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if we'll have time to recap those today. We'll recap those coming up. Always love... I feel like the further removed we get from the polls and when we review them, it's more shocking.
Yeah, I love when we look back on them because most of them I never remember.
Yeah.
So it's always good to see where our thoughts were, a month ago. But big thank you to Billy Stacks, by the way, for the check, for paying his dues this month. If anybody else would like to pay dues on a regular basis, just let us know. And
yeah,
you can,
please do.
Send us money.
Yeah, Trevor pays his dues, when he sends a package of like thousands of dollars of stuff.
Uh-huh.
But we always appreciate that. And again, we are looking this year. I would like to get that sticker door really working.
Yeah, I put one up there last week.
Oh, you did?
A couple of weeks ago from LGS Electric. I believe that.
Oh, that's right. That
was Lance.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Lance Store. Send it for all your light bulb needs. Seek out LGS
Seek out Lance.
Electric.
So in the next, month or so, month and a half, I got another trip planned. And I know that you got some questions about it.
I have a lot of questions because this is identical to a trip you took last year.
Kind of.
But it's for the same purpose, right? So it's
going to visit my dad.
One of your coworkers takes a nice long weekend in the middle of March or late March. And last year you took it upon yourself. You and the fam loaded up on local budget airline, headed on down to Florida to visit your dad.
Because my dad lives down there, so we don't get to see him a ton.
Right.
And, my dad's my parents are both in their 70s, so it's like, you just want to get out there, see them as much as possible. Plus, it doesn't hurt that this weekend corresponds with, the mid to later part of the winter here in Michigan.
Yeah, nice to get away.
It's nice to get away for a couple days. It's just, we'll leave on a Tuesday, come back on a Saturday. But we're going to go down there, hopefully, obviously see my dad and just kind of hang out. We're going a little bit different this year.
Okay, now let's a very, very quick recap of last year.
Yeah.
You flew down there for a similar time frame.
Yep.
And did one day at a Disney park.
At Disney World. We went to the Magic Kingdom.
And we talked about it beforehand and after, how you had done essentially zero planning.
No planning.
You walked in and you felt, I don't know if you remember saying you were overwhelmed, but you bought tickets and you wandered in.
That was the one thing we had to, at that point last year, you still had to reserve.
Right. The day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had tickets for the Magic Kingdom and we had a hotel room because we stayed at a different hotel for the first couple of days that we were down there. And then we went to Disney for a day, and then we stayed in a Disney hotel that night because we thought that
You didn't want to drive back.
not even that, but we knew that my daughter would get a kick out of it.
Oh, sure.
Because it was like a Little Mermaid themed room, so she really got a kick out of it. And we just wanted to be around Disney so we could check out some of the sites. And so that was, I remember last year leading up to that, my wife and I, we were both dreading it. We were like, this is going to be...
That's the best Disney trip around. We were dreading it.
Like, we knew that it was going... We just knew it was going to be a tough time.
I'm posting on the polls. The best trip always preceded by we were dreading it.
But I think that's very relatable for anyone who's done a trip like that with two young kids. Like, you're looking forward to it, but you're also like, oh, I'm not going to get 2 seconds to breathe.
Right. It's a lot.
It's a lot. So we were kind of dreading it. And then by the end of that night, we're laying in bed and Annette's already saying things like, oh, well, when we come down next year, when we come down the next time, we're going to stay at this hotel. And I talked to so-and-so and they were telling me about this and we got to try this and do this and do this. So that, 12-hour span that we were in a Disney park completely flipped her. She was excited.
So you do the Disney park last year, and we talked about it. You learned some things, though.
Definitely.
I would argue your day at Disney, you don't look back on it negatively.
No, we had a good time.
And for a couple of idiots like you and Annette, probably apologies, Disney idiots. No offense. For a couple of Disney idiots, right? Like yourselves, you probably learned some things like, hey, if we were to come back, even though, like you said, Annette was already saying when we come back. In your head, you're like, if we ever come back. You probably learned some things.
Because I've been to Disney just for going down there for like 10 years straight for a marathon. I didn't go to the parks every year that I was down there, but yeah, like you pick up on little things, little hacks of, hey, you can get your tickets. If you get them here, you get them cheaper, or you get a bonus if you do this or whatever. So yeah, there were quite a few things that we thought about and that she kind of made a mental note of.
So let me ask you now, you're 60 days from 2.0, Florida 2.0, going to visit Hopi, who's not even a snowbird anymore, just a full-time.
Yeah, he's been down there for 20 years probably.
Okay. Are you doing Disney again when you go down there in 60 days?
No, not a chance. No chance. Absolutely not.
Whose choice is this?
Absolutely not. I mean, we have flights booked.
Sure. So you're booked to go visit your dad for dates A to B.
We booked, instead of doing a hotel, we're doing an Airbnb this year.
Okay. So you're not staying with your dad. Did you last year?
No.
Okay.
No.
So you're staying at your own place, a couple bedrooms.
Look, I mean, nobody wants us showing up there and taking over the house.
2 grown adults,
days.
1 toddler, 1 younger than toddler. It's a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's just easier. I appreciate the offer is always there, and I always say thank you, but trust me, you don't want that.
Yeah.
So we have like this little cottage like Airbnb in this nice little. I mean, it's a little touristy town. It's called Mount Dora, and so we're staying there. We got that place for I think 4 nights, and to be honest, the whole Disney thing hasn't even really been a part of the conversation. So I could be speaking out of turn here. There could be
because it hasn't been a conversation with you and Annette.
There could be a whole plan that I just don't know about.
Because last year,
I'm gonna wake up the last day we're there, and she's gonna be like, "All right, well,
time to get up.
We got to get to the, got to be at the airport by 5:00 this afternoon. So it means we got to be at Disney 6 a.m. when the doors open."
So now, last year it was just you and Annette, and the kids. Your dad did not go with you.
No, he did.
He did.
He was there for him and his wife were there for roughly half the day.
Okay,
I would say
any age range. That's a lot. That's a lot for people our age. That's a lot
so
for
hot there too.
Yeah. So this obviously hasn't been flown up the Evelyn flagpole.
Mm-hmm. She knows we're going to Florida.
She knows you're going to Florida
to see Grandpa.
So but you don't think that will turn into can we go see Goofy? Can we go see Anna and Elsa and all this stuff again like we did last time? Or are you just going to try to... Are you hoping that she just forgets?
I don't know if she really made the connection.
Okay.
Like, yeah, we were at Disney one day. We were at Grandpop's the next day. But it also wouldn't be out of the question for me to go upstairs after we're done recording and her say, like, can we go see Grandmom today?
Yeah.
In New Jersey?
Sure.
You know?
It just doesn't understand it.
Yeah, they don't really get that. They don't really understand. So
on the other side of things, though, do you think there's going to be either a night before, 2 days before, whatever? You know, guys, I'm assuming you don't have too many solidified plans for when you're down there. Like, hey, we're doing this day, this day. We have to be there, you know, this place at X time.
As of right now, again, that I'm aware of, nothing has been booked except our Airbnb and our flights.
So do you think there's a chance that you'll be there in the Airbnb, kids are in bed, you're looking at garage doors, you know?
It's my vacation go-to.
Because, as we talked about in the past, you know, and that flings a bra across the room and she's like, hey, there's a genie. Something like that.
This one's got an app.
Can you believe it? Do you think there's a chance that either you, I don't want to rule you out even though you're the lesser of the two probable here, or Annette will say, we should try to take the kids somewhere. Whether it's a Busch Gardens, a Disney, a Universal, a whatever. Do you think that's going to happen when you're down there if you don't have any plans?
150%.
So you're slamming incognito Amazon windows closed so they don't remember your garage door habits. You know, a lot of guys your age and our age, you know, slamming incognito windows of, you know, porn. Right. Steve's closing the garage doors.
Yeah.
And you're opening Disney.com to look at next day tickets to go to Animal Kingdom. Is this possible?
Now, I know that this is going to be a shock to you because I said absolutely not when you said, are you planning to go to Disney? Mm-hmm. But I would say that there's probably an 80% chance that we end up at a Disney park.
Okay, because I don't want to call you a dad to your face.
Okay. I'm glad you
I wouldn't want to do that.
Back. Yeah.
But I wonder if internally or even externally, you're down there for day 2, day 3, and you realize, hey, we've gone to the beach, we've seen Grandpop, whatever. We're like, man, we're in Florida and we didn't really do a big thing. And you might have other things planned. I'm not asking your outwardly plans here. We didn't really do anything to show for the kids to show, hey, we're in Florida, we're somewhere else, we're on a vacation.
Yeah.
Do you think that hits you internally or Annette internally and that's how it starts? Or is this just, are you putting your foot down? Is this Steve's foot down moment when you're in Florida? You're like, we're already here. I'm not doing Disney.
No, I'm not a put my foot down kind of person.
Okay. I'll post it on the poll to see what everybody else thinks because I would agree. Me too.
For really any scenario, I am not a put my foot down kind of person. I like to think I'm pretty open-minded with stuff like that. But I'm going to tell you what the problem is. More accurately, who the problem is.
And again, just you and me here.
It's a friend of the show, Leanne.
Okay.
Real problem.
You said she is friendly with your wife?
Yep.
I think they both sell stuff for kids. I could be wrong. I don't know.
You are not correct on that.
Just missed it. Well, all I know is one of them listens to the show, the other one doesn't, and you'd be shocked at which one does and which one doesn't.
Leanne's the problem here because
Leanne, go ahead and turn this off for just a few minutes.
Leanne and her family, they go to Disney on a pretty regular basis.
So they're a Disney fam. Okay.
Not just the immediate family, but relatives and in-laws and all kinds of stuff. So Leanne floods my wife's phone with lots of tips and tricks and links and hacks on how to do the Disney experience. And I believe that those stick with my wife pretty well.
There's travel planners for Disney alone. Mm-hmm. There's blogs, websites, forums for just planning Disney. People are Disney aficionados.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that as Leanne, but I'm saying she obviously has experience, so she's passing that along even on the side to your wife.
I just feel like it's inevitable that we will end up at some kind of park attraction, something like that. It's going to happen.
So there's a couple options for you. Is this something, are you thinking about, do you bite the bullet before you go? Or do you just go radio silent?
I'm not going to bring it up.
Okay. It's going to be a little... Okay.
I'm going to bring it up until she does.
So day 2, again, you're slamming incognito windows closed and going to Disney.com because Annette got a text from Leanne saying,
oh, it's Goofy's birthday.
Yeah, it's spring at the park. Yeah. And it's a special ticket. And it's
your normal $170 ticket is only $160 today.
Yeah. And it's, you got to bring the kids. They'll never forget the time that, Nicky pooped his pants while meeting a dwarf. Right?
I don't think they're called dwarfs anymore, right?
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, right?
Oh, I thought they changed it.
Did they change the title of Snow White? Should they?
Maybe it's just Snow White now.
It's just Snow White?
Yeah. Snow White and her pals.
It's right in the title. You can't make her not white. Try to take that away from me. And dwarfs, I call them what I want.
Who's this?
That's me.
Who's this character?
That's my new old-timey racist bigot who can't stand, a Snow White being not white.
Okay. So, yeah, the trip... trip is, we're I don't know, month and a half.
So what are the plans then? I mean, well, you said you don't really have anything set in stone. Is it just kind of hang out? Nothing.
Yeah, I think it's
take them to the local gift shop at the strip mall. Or?
My dad's got a nice pool in the backyard, and the kids had a blast swimming in the pool last year. So I think that's top of mind. Is that I want to go to Grandpop's. I want to swim in the pool.
Okay. So do you think the tweet I just sent from our account to Leanne saying, hey, make sure you convince Annette to force Steve to take the kids to Disney in March is going to help or hurt that?
Son of a bitch. Dude, it's so expensive. Like, I got to put a roof on this house next year. We're done.
I can't wait.
Can I unsend it?
I'm sure you can. I don't know if she's seen it. It does already have a few views, so I don't know if she has alerts on, but yeah. Somebody's seen it. I need you to go because I need some tips and tricks. I'm planning on going this fall.
Talk to Leanne. Why do I gotta be your...
I'd rather just talk to you because you go in so dumb. I need a real layman's perspective.
So you need...
What's this place? That's you, by the way. What's this place? It's what? Bobcat Goldthwait.
Right, Steve. Of course, Bobcat voice. It's the go-to.
So Bobcat Goldthwait Steve walks into Disney, and you're stomping like a real idiot. What's this place? Where's the Goof Man? Because you don't know he's called Goofy because you're dumb.
The Goof Man. Got it.
Okay. You need some tips and tricks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll do my best.
I just tried to click on send. I think it's broken.
Oh, jeez. Imagine that. All right. At Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We will be back next week. Talk to you then. See ya.